Hi, everyone. I'm ZELLLOO, or Zello, however you want to say it. There's 5 billion different ways you can say it. It never matters to me. What is this giant doohickey I'm standing on right now? Well, this is a Pump It Up cabinet. This is Pump It Up being DDR's competitor back in the early days, back in 1999. And we are playing on the current version of the game, Phoenix, released in 2023, with a bit of a UI refresh last year during 2024. So you get the nice, pretty blue Phoenix colors, which I love a lot. Before we go any further, I have 2 wonderful commentators, if y'all like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Haru. If you ever watched ZELLLOO's showcase, you probably heard my voice.
Yeah. And hi, I'm Jammitch, and I'm super excited to be here to see Pump It Up in prime time, or should I say Phoenix time.
I'm going to get you later for that one. All right, so I got a couple things real quick. I want to give a big shout out to credits remaining, and specifically my other commentator who couldn't make it, Spitfire. They've been phenomenal getting the machine set up for everything. So can we give a big round of applause for credits remaining staff?
Yeah, credits remaining.
And I also want to give a big dedication shout out to my brother. Back in 2002 is when he introduced me to DDR, so it's all his fault. And that eventually led to Pump. So without him, I would not be doing this showcase today for y'all. So I'm dedicating this next hour to my brother Andrew. So we'll go ahead and get started in just a second and give just a brief overview of how this is going to work. So this is just simply a showcase. This has been very cursed, getting everything set up with as much bad luck as we've had. So every runner after me, if you get good marathon luck, you're welcome in advance. But we are going to just simply play 19 songs in the main showcase. Just have a good time. It'll be divided into a single set of 10 songs and then a double set of 9 songs. Now, at the beginning of the double set, y'all met the Blindfolded incentive. You will see the first 3 songs of doubles being played blindfolded. And as JD has been alluding to this whole time during break, if we manage to meet that level double 27 showcase incentive, you will see the brand new boss song that was just released just a few months ago, and you'll probably hear me scream on camera, so it'll be a great time. So get your donations in for that. That being said, I'm going to take my headset off now. I will leave the commentary to y'all, and we'll get started in just a second.
Okay, so the time will start when ZELLLOO starts the game. In 3, 2, 1, pump!
Let's pump!
Hello and welcome to Pump It Up Phoenix Showcase here at Summer Games Done Quick 2025. Pump It Up is an arcade game. As ZELLLOO mentioned, it's a Korean response to Dance Dance Revolution made a South Korean company and the Mirror. The game is an arcade game, so it has a huge cabinet and also a dance platform with 2 sides and support bars. You would usually see that kind of machines in an arcade or entertainment center. If this is the first time you see a dance game, I know that can happen. So here's how it works. You see shapes on the screen, usually it's arrows, and they move towards a receptor zone. You see a grayed out area. It's usually on top, sometimes it can be at the bottom. Once the shapes are aligned with the step zone, this is when you're supposed to press a corresponding panel on the dance platform, or sometimes we call it dance pad. And since it's obviously a music game, your steps, your presses should be corresponding to the sounds in the music. Depending on how precise you press the panels, the game will give you judgments, and from best to worst, those are perfect, great, good, bad, and miss. Our first song is a very summer-themed song. It's called Tropicanic by SHK, one of in-house composers. The interesting part about this song in particular is the background video, or BGA. Pump It Up is known to have very notable and very bright background videos, but this one in particular stands out because it takes place in a parallel universe and uses characters from a lot of other backgrounds, including some songs that are no longer in the game. Players had really fun time figuring out who was from which song. We started the showcase with level 16. It's not the hardest, it's somewhere mid-range.
For a mid-range song, though, if you're used to, say, DDR, this looks like quite a few notes.
Yeah, it's typical for Pump to have longer sequences of arrows, or as we call it, runs, even in not so hard songs. And here we get our first result screen. It's all perfect score, hooray!
Nice.
You know what? I suggest for every perfect score ZELLOOO gets in this showcase, I will donate $5, and you're welcome to match me.
And that'll definitely help towards unlocking both that double 27 boss song, which is under $10,000 away, almost $9,000 away.
Hooray! Moving on to the next song. We're going slightly up in difficulty here, level 18. As ZELLLOO mentioned, when he plays on one side of the platform, it's called singles.
So how does the difficulty range work in Poppin'? What do the numbers mean? Not Poppin', in Pop.
Okay,
what do the numbers mean?
So for singles and doubles, the range is slightly different. Singles start at level 1 and go all the way up to 26. Doubles go from 4 to level 28, but we'll see it slightly later. So as I mentioned, we start in the middle of the scale. And if you think what you see on screen, what ZELLOOO is doing is hard, don't worry. The easier levels are much more friendly.
Yeah, most modern rhythm games do a really good job of having solid progression from introductory to beginner to intermediate. So if you ever see a rhythm game you're interested in one of these showcases, you really should try to check it out if you can. You'll find it's a lot more accessible than you might think.
So this song is called Mitotsu Daira and it's by Japanese composer Etie. And Namiro licensed several Japanese songs during Prime when they were getting into Japanese market, and they are located in J-Music folder. This song in particular increases on what we've seen in Tropicanic. It has runs as well, but we also add a new technique, twists or turns. That means the player has to reach farther away to press the panel that are not straight forward from them. The song itself is not very fast, but due to how wide the movement is, it's much harder than previous song. Pump It Up is notorious for its twisty charts, and most of the patterns will resolve, so all you have to do is alternate your feet and you will not get lost. Such impressive movement from ZELLOOO in this ending part.
Great job. Supporting you, ZELLOOO, we have a $100 donation from Possum Coffee saying, ZELLOOO, you're awesome. Wishing you a great set. We are just over $8,000 away from getting that double 27.
Level 18. Level 19.
Moving up in difficulty again, level 19 now. This is a new song from Phoenix, Pneumona Ultramicroscopic Silicovolcanoconiosis. And according to Sonic 3 movie, which we watched not so long ago, it's the longest word in the English language dictionary.
Can we get a donation tray to make JD read that a ton of times?
Oh, man. It's a Pneumona Ultra Microscopic.
This is a song by Filipino composer Daso, and not only she writes music herself, but she also draws and makes the videos for her songs.
So, is the game having trouble keeping up with ZELLLOOO? It's stuttering a whole lot.
Oh no, don't worry, that's normal. That's one of the visual gimmicks. There are so many of them in Pump It Up, and don't worry, you don't have any frame rate problems on your stream. This kind of gimmick is used a lot in Daso songs in particular, and every chart is known for it. As I mentioned before, usually in Pump you can trust the flow and alternate your feet, but in this song there is a different technique introduced where you have to hold the hold and press several panels with 1 feet in order.
So there's a bunch of places here where there's 3 notes at once, and typically humans are known for having exactly 2 feet. So how are you supposed to do that?
Well, that's humans. Pump It Up players are known to be octopi. But realistically speaking, you can press 2 panels with 1 foot. You just need to be very precise with your foot technique, and gladly with the new style pads as we have here, it's much easier. You don't need really big foot.
Yeah, so that's called bracketing.
Yeah, so you may also notice that some patterns seem similar to what we've seen before, but they also get more and more progressively twisty. That's one of the ways Pump It Up charting works, when Step Chart Maker takes an idea and builds up on it, repeating but making it harder.
Well done there, ZELLLOO. Supporting you, we have a $20 donation from Goddish saying, ZELLLOO is too good. If you see him a miss, it's the pad, not him. Trust. We also have a $25 donation from DJ Padaga saying, best of luck on your showcase, ZELLLOO, and Haru-kaze cheering you on, and much love from the San Antonio rhythm game community. Can't wait to see all the PG drops. 3, 2, 1, pump!
Moving to level 20 for a song called Papacito. We're gonna see yet another new technique in here. One that was introduced really early on in Pump It Up, and we call it foot switches. It means the player is intended to press the same panel sequentially 2 or more times, but alternating their feet. The catch is you have to remove your foot after first press, so the second press can be registered by the game. This song uses foot switches in a more old school way, where they are just grouped by 2 and pretty much similar to jumps. I think that to untrained eyes, this chart may look like a pile of arrows because it's not a clear pattern, but once you learn how to process it in bunches of 2, like delayed gallops, it makes much more sense.
And for those unacquainted with dance games, a gallop is when you have 2 notes offset by a 16th note or fewer. So when you do them, you're 1 foot up at a time, so it kind of looks like you're galloping.
Yeah, Pump It Up timing windows are much wider than other dance games. So for this chart in particular, you can get away with simply jumping instead of galloping and still keep a combo. It would be beneficial before Phoenix when the scoring prioritized combo a lot, but in Pump It Up Phoenix the scoring was changed. It's closer to other rhythm games now. It has a medium max scoring and pays more attention to your accuracy, with combo only making 5% of scoring now. This chart is not super hard to stage pass, but it's pretty difficult to score well on it.
Triple S plus. Good work there, ZELLLOO. Some additional support is a $50 donation to Doctors Without Borders from Sporadic Erratic saying, I woke up just in time to see you rocking it on the GDQ stage. You got this, ZELLLOO. Thanks for being such a fantastic friend. Putting this towards unlocking the Double 27 boss song, which has less than $8,000 to go. We also had a $10 donation from Dance Maniacs saying, dance games are life. Agreed, Dance Maniacs.
Pump It Up includes music from a variety of composers from all over the world. We've already seen Filipinese composer, Indonesian composer, and this one is by a composer from the United States of America, DM Ashura.
Yeah, DM Ashura has been in the rhythm game communities for a long time. Started out making original songs for fan competitions and submitted songs to a musicianship trial for Konami, got songs into 2DX, got songs into DDR, even wrote their own step chart for Delta Max, wrote the challenge chart for that, which was ultimately included in the game.
Yeah, Didimasher is also a math teacher, so he often makes song names based on math, but this one is not one of them. This is the end of Allegro trilogy, the last song. And every chart for this is heavily themed. In particular, single 20 has a theme in tapping, so jackhammers, which is named after jackhammer, like building, because the player has to tap the same panel with the same foot repeatedly pretty fast. This chart is also pretty difficult to time because those tappings are very fast.
And we like things fast here at Summer Games Done Quick, don't we, audience?
We do.
And let's get those donations in fast too. That double 27 is gonna come before you know it.
I'm gonna add this. You're sitting this close, and you don't actually know how fast these feet are moving from a distance.
And this is another PG! Hooray for ZELLLOO!
Amazing! Look at that! As we wrap up our first credit here, I want to share a special $100 donation from Zokubun that says, here's to some of the most steadfast people I'm incredibly lucky to call friends. Dancing up a storm on the GDQ stage. ZELLLOO and Haru, thank you for being a continuous light in some of my darkest times. Here's to many more years of friendship and meeting that bonus game milestone! That's right, folks. We are just over $21,000 away from getting Bloodborne unlocked!
Let's go!
While ZELLLOO is setting up that bit, we've got $25 from Adam Gould saying, sad I couldn't stay to see this in person tonight, but rip it up, ZELLLOO, from the other player of the other Andamiro rhythm game. Stomp those arrows and get very high scores. Thank you so much, Adam, for that generous donation.
So we've seen foot switches in Papacito and we've seen tappings in Allegro Furioso. Now imagine what happens if we join them together. Loki single S20, single 21 in particular, is known for long sequences of foot switches. ZELLLOO is supposed to drill the same panel with 2 feet. And gladly we have newer I/O board here, which was introduced with Prime 2, and it makes foot switching much easier. Back in the day in older games, step charts like this were almost impossible to do consistently. Like we had Hyujin Yango in NX, and ZELLLOO is one of people who got full perfect score on that step chart. This is one of the songs that is crossed from a different game, Easy to Arcade. It's not uncommon for music games to exchange songs to attract players to different games, try new things with familiar music. Loki is composed by Lodze, and it was revealed that this is the alias of SHK, whose song we've already seen in the showcase.
I'm just gonna let this go, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But rhythm games have a long history of artists having many aliases. Early in the days of early rhythm games, there weren't many composers on staff, so they used that to increase the appearance of variety. And they would often segment songs into different groups based on the alias. So, like, for example.
Yeah, this kind of foot switching is more familiar to ITG players.
Well done once again, ZELLLOO. Oh, go ahead, Haru.
Yeah, just impressed with the triple S score on this. It's a very hard one to perform consistently on.
Who else is impressed is a $10 donation from Hockey Babbler saying, "Hey ZELLLOO, you may not see me due to running around, but I'm there in spirit. You and Haru are iconic, and I'm so proud of you pumping it up on the main stage. Keep it cute like Pusheen and lots of love." Thank you so much for that $10 donation, Hockey Babbler. We are just over $20,000 of the way to that milestone.
Let's go! Okay, this is an interesting one. Extravaganza is one of the oldest songs still remaining in game. It's from the second dance floor. It was composed by Banya Collective, which was in-house team back then. It consisted of several composers, but we did not know who made what. It was not stated in game. And prior to Fiesta, every original tune pretty much was composed by Banya. That's why the original channel was called Banya Channel. Yeah, we're gonna see some pretty old school styled pattern in here. It accentuates more on small bursts and twists on those small bursts, unlike modern charts where you see longer and broken and more straight runs. Even though this song is really old, the step chart that ZELLLOO is playing is not so old. It was added in Pump It Up Zero and it was an unlockable another step chart. Back in the day, the game only could have 3 single difficulties and 2 double difficulties, but Step Chart Maker thought that was not enough, so they added some another's. It was either additional difficulty or alternative chart with some kind of gimmick. And here on, we're gonna see something really interesting after these runs.
Chat, we just crossed $1.23 billion.
Yay! And this is a spin. ZELLLOO has to look away from the screen to perform this.
Style points!
Yeah, Extravaganza is known for this particular pattern. You don't actually always have to spin. There are ways to manipulate this, especially knowing that Pump It Up holes don't have to be pressed at the head, so you can go down and press all 5 panels with your hands and just sit on those holds. But if you want to show off, doing the spin is the best way.
Yeah, that kind of forced, or not even forced, but programmed, planned spin pattern. Those are so fun when you do them right.
Yep. I want to share, we got a $27.27 donation from Yoshi86Up saying, "Everybody pump it up. Love playing this dance game. I hope no conflict happens around here. And hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?" Great reminder, too, of that $27 donation train at 27 minutes. Let's go, ZELLLOO.
Moving on from one of the oldest songs in the game to one of the newest. This is the original tune composed by a member of Hardcore Tanoshi team, DJ Miyosuke.
Yes, Hardcore Tanoshi is a prominent Japanese J-core label, and they've had songs in so many rhythm games by now. 2DX, Citus, Groove Coaster. Waka was basically a collaboration with Tanoshi. They have a lot of great artists. If you're into this kind of music or J-core in general, please do check them out if you somehow haven't already. But as far as in the rhythm game community, they are a very popular group.
Yeah, and Tamira started a huge collaboration with Tanoshi during the development of their other music game, Chrono Circle, and it continued into Phoenix with a lot of licensed tunes and also several originals. The background for this song is also very popular with players. It features one of the recurring characters, David. And while you usually expect to see longer streams in level 23 in Pump It Up, this one is slightly different. The stepmaker decided to follow the music more closely and adds up to the difficulty by using brackets and turns. But not everything is so as hard as you see it. As I mentioned before, you don't have to press pump it up holds on the head most of the time. So in this step chart, you can just stay on the hold and only press the actual arrows. Poor David, he wanted his juice after the run, but he could not get it. And a reminder, if you do physical activities, always hydrate, that's important.
That's right, hydration is important, chat.
And here we see yet another use of foot switches, where you have to hold the center panel and switch the feet while not letting the center panel go.
Wow. This stuff is not easy, folks. Not easy at all. And ZELLOOO is showing such phenomenal skill. AAA+ right here. So much awesomeness. And speaking of awesome, we have a $50 donation from Shinji16 saying, I'm a simple human. I see awesome, I donate. Thrilled to see ZELLOOO, Haru-kaze, as they are all amazing voices in the rhythm game community, and jammitch as well. Thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you for that donation, Shinji, supporting Doctors Without Borders and cheering our rhythm game spectacular performers here. Let's give it up. We are less than $6,000 of the way to that double 27 boss song. Let's keep those donations coming.
I'm tired already.
Let's give them energy, audience. ZELLOOO, we believe in you.
We're moving on to yet another unconventional high-level chart, and it fits the song really well, and the song fits our showcase because it's themed over games. This is another cross song from Auto Jam, and it's composed by F.E. of Forte Escape. It's a sequel to Zero Eyes with Z, but this one uses X as a reference to games from 80s. There are also some game references in both PGA and the song, when it says game start, level 1, continue, and other things like this. Yeah, you may have noticed that ZELLOOO is manipulating some of the patterns and not doing actual turns to save the energy. Because pump it up timing windows are pretty huge, it's not impossible to skip the combo, but if you want to get higher score, you will need better accuracy, and then it's much better to actually do the turns.
We are coming in on that 27-minute mark for that $27 donation train. Get your tickets coming. It's about to be all aboard.
Here is ZELLOOO manipulating the large timing windows, doing it as jumps instead of gallops or weird step jumps. You may also notice that there are steps in front of the holds, so player is forced to press those holds in the head and not just stand on them. Ooh, those steppings. You need more practice, states the game.
Yeah, as both a rhythm gamer and a speedrunner, I feel personally called out.
Me too.
Once again, well done. We have $5 from Blackheart Wing saying, ZELLOOO, you're a force of nature and truly one of the coolest people I know. It's amazing getting to see you do what you do best in person here at GDQ. Greetings from the crowd and much love to Haru and Jammitch on the couch, less than 3. Blackheart Wings, thank you so much for that generous donation to Doctors Without Borders. And audience, how far away are we from getting that milestone? That's right, let's make it happen. While you're getting prepped, ZELLOOO, we had a $100 donation from the Dance Pad. We've been seeing it the whole time. It says, this feels good, actually. ZELLLOO, we believe in you. Audience, let's give them your energy! We are just over $5,000 away from getting that double 27 boss song, and I know that this $27 donation train will help us get there.
Let's make it happen. In the meantime, we're getting to the halfway point of our showcase. This is level 25, just one level below the hardest singles in the game. And this is way more traditional high difficulty level. You will see a lot of very fast runs at 200 BPM. That's what we expect. The song was done by a prominent South Korean composer Cosmograph, and he's known for contributions to a variety of rhythm games. The song was originally submitted to a contest for TuneIn, but made a debut for Pump It Up in an older mobile game called Pump It Up M. A lot of music from contests and also a lot of originals from Pump It Up M made it into mainline game during XX and Phoenix. Ultimatum was highly requested by players because it's a really good song.
I don't have anything to add to this one. I'm just going to let the feet do the talking.
Well, I don't want to talk anymore. Crowd, let's cheer for ZELLLOOO. He needs some energy.
Let's go, ZELLLOOO. Let's go, ZELLLOOO. Amazing! Amazing!
Amazing push it in.
And what else is amazing too, how many people hopped onto this $27 donation train. We had $27 from Comrade Nix, who left no comment. We have $27 from Jopa Spelunker that says, choo choo, one ticket to double 27, please, less than 3. We had a $27 donation from Milk saying, choo choo. We had a $54 donation from Too Wicked saying, this is what they mean by double 27, right? I see what you did there. And we had a $54 donation from Stealthy Dragon saying, I know we all want more GDQ. Can we do that $27 hype train to unlock this bonus song? Buying my ticket and a ticket for my friend Sine, who loves rhythm games. Let's get Bloodborne unlocked. And that's right, we are just over $17,000 of the way to be able to unlock that bonus game.
Thank you so much, everyone who donated for the Blindfolded incentive. ZELLLOOO is taking a short breather and getting ready. Because what we're gonna see now is really impressive.
Indeed. While ZELLLOOO is getting set for that, and again, you are doing phenomenally, ZELLLOOO. We believe in you. And what we also have here is a $10 donation from Ellie saying, hey ZELLLOOO, Ellie here. Congrats on being the first dance game showcase live on the big stage. I know you're gonna crush it. Hope we can meet up in person again soon. It's been too long. Always great hanging out with you in rhythm game and Doom spaces. Ellie, thank you so much for that generous donation. While we're continuing to get set for that Blindfold showcase, which all of you had contributed for, we have a $250 donation from Slowpoke, who took on the Couches Challenge in making me do this. Pneumano ultramicroscopic silico volcano coniosis. Seeing ZELLLOOO beat this game is truly quite ferocious. Will we get the 27 super special bonus? Pneumano ultramicroscopic silico volcano coniosis.
Great job, Tinky! You nailed it!
And now to see something actually really hard, ZELLOOO is getting the blindfold on. We are $4,000 away from seeing yet the other amazing milestone for Pump It Up Phoenix. We are $4,000 away from that double 27 boss song. Chat, we are so close, less than half of the showcase to go. Get those donations in.
Yeah, ZELLLOOO can't see anything. I checked myself. Pump It Up is not new to people learning charts and playing them without seeing arrows. There were a few missions where you had to memorize step chart because you could not see what's going on. And there is even a special modifier non-step, which completely removes arrows from the screen. There's also a title, Pump is a Sense, referencing to one of the old school players who played Lava to Danger Zone, Nightmare or Double 21, while blindfolded just like ZELLOOO right now. Due to Pump It Up using a lot of patterns, so sequences that repeat in itself in different step charts, it may be slightly easier to memorize charts in Pump than other games because you can memorize sequences and not arrow by arrow.
Yeah, but typically everything in the game is readable on the fly, so when you see him without the blindfold on, he is still reacting to the notes on the screen. It helps to know it, but you don't need to memorize it to play the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, experienced players can just see patterns in chunks and they don't need to read arrow by arrow. So here we move to doubles, which utilizes both sides of the platform and all 10 panels. Pump It Up includes doubles in all the tournaments, it includes doubles in ratings, so every high-level player should be equally good in both singles and doubles. There's also much more interesting movement in Pump It Up due to how the layout works. So doubles are really fun.
Amazing!
Triple S, only 3 grades, 1 bad and 5 misses. This is so good. Reminder, ZELLLOOO can't see anything. It's all from his memory.
Amazing.
I see dark, lots and lots of dark.
Lots of dark. Well, we're seeing lots of support here, including $25 from the Valiant Son, saying, ZELLLOOO, you're one of the nicest people I've had the pleasure to meet and the most cracked dance game rhythm gamer I've seen. So pumped to see you pump it up on the main stage. Thank you for the generous donation, Valiant Son. While ZELLLOO is getting ready, we also have a $75 donation from JQ Tran saying, congrats on showcasing Pump It Up. Best of luck getting the new high scores. Thank you, JQ Tran, for your wonderful support of ZELLLOO.
I love you, John.
And ZELLLOO can't see it, but we are just over $3,000 away from meeting that double 27 boss song.
So just as we did with singles, we start mid-range and we're gonna move up in difficulty. This is double 90. And in Pump, there are several ways to make doubles harder that are not typical for singles. So we can have stretches, we can have fly and turn in movement, or we can have difficult patterns in middle six. This used to be called half doubles in older games. Nowadays, that difficulty is not used, but there is still reference to it with a set of titles called Half.
And Pump is well known for having a bunch of extra modes, like it's the singles and doubles, but you mentioned half doubles, and there's also a bunch of co-op charts for as many as 5 players?
Yes, as many as 5. Actually, they tried to revive half doubles in the upcoming Steam game for Pump It Up called Pump It Up Rise. Very hyped to see what they are cooking for that. So I mentioned titles. It's a set of achievements in Pump It Up. ZELLLOOO has a title of Specialist, which he equips on his profile name. Specialist is a master title where you have to complete 50 different achievements. The title system was introduced in previous game Double X, and it motivated a lot of players to improve because it gives them guidelines on what they can play and not just be lost coming to the arcade. This song is based on menu music from Pump It Up Prime and is composed by Max, who is in-house composer and also sound engineer for the game. Great job.
Very nice.
Yeah, that thrill at the very end is very hard to time, especially when you can't see the arrows. It's really easy to get off. This song is not notoriously late, so ZELLOOO has to hold himself.
Yes, indeed. And what else is going fast are the donations coming in for that double 27 boss song. We're just over $1,600 away from meeting that incentive. Supporting us for this was a $100 donation from Andrew Martin that says, "Woo! Love these rhythm game showcases. Calling out my favorite rhythm game song from a long time ago, Burning Heat from Beatmania and DDR." Thank you so much for that generous donation, Andrew. We also had $125 from Super Spicy Turi saying, "Pump up the jam, pump it up. Keep these donations coming."
I got a feeling we can get there by the end of this song if we try real hard.
Let's make it happen. ZELLOOO, how are you feeling?
Let's go!
Audience, you know what to do. Cheer ZELLOOO on. He can't see a thing, but is doing absolutely amazing!
And we're going into the last song of the Blindfold segment of the showcase. This is my favorite Seed Sound song. Seed Sound is a South Korean team of composers and vocalists. Pump It Up used to have good contacts with them, so several songs were licensed, and they also used some vocalists for original Pump It Up tunes. This chart is not original to the song. It was introduced later, and it was first used in a mission, and then they thought it's good enough, let's add it to arcade.
So what do you mean by mission?
There used to be a mod with specific tasks. There were many tasks players could perform and either unlock things or get some achievements from that, but they decided that it's probably better to use titles instead of missions, so they moved away from it. There are no more missions in Pump It Up Phoenix. Yeah, this chart represents a pretty common charting style for Pump It Up, when there are a lot of easy things when it's not choruses, and in choruses it's just a long stream of 16th notes just complements the music. Yeah. Even though the patterns are not very complicated, there is a lot of them in this run. And it's pretty easy to get lost in the middle six. Great recovery here. Let's go, ZELLOOO. And finish strong. Great job.
And you know what else is finishing strong? We have just over $500 left to go. That double 27 boss song! Helping us out get there was a $27.27 donation from an amazing donor to MSF saying, "Blindfolded, this is incredible!" We also have $27 donation from PatRam91 saying, "Another ticket to double 27, please." That's right, there were so many that joined in on that $27 donation train, including another anonymous ticket holder donating $27 saying, "I'm doing my part." And a $27 donation from Cohen saying, "You mean I could get us closer to more Pump and one of my favorite games of all time with a single donation?" easiest decision I've made all week. That's right, Cohen. That donation got us closer to that double 27 boss song and to unlocking any percent glitchless of Bloodborne by Blanks later on. Let's hear it! ZELLLOO, how you feeling?
He's ready.
Fantastic. Well, when you are ready, let's continue seeing the phenomenal gameplay.
Yeah, y'all may recognize this tune. Pumptress 8-bit is a chiptune version of Pumptress Quattro, which in turn was an arrangement of 4 teams from Tetris.
So that note, that's like 4.5 feet apart, by the way.
Yeah, so this is something different here. We've heard arcade songs so far, but Pump It Up also has shorter songs and longer songs, and this is a shortcut, means it's slightly under 1 minute, and most of the shortcuts are teamed. This one is teamed over stretches. When we first saw this released in Fiesta, we thought it's made for 2 people, so wide the patterns are. The makers said they made it just as an experiment because it was their first shortcut chart, and then the manager just took it in, so here we go. Here we see ZELLLOO just suffering on those stretches.
And what else has stretched was this showcase, because we met that double 27 boss song! Thank you so much for all the generous donors to Doctors Without Borders.
This is an impressive score. I know it says 22, but realistically this is a 23. This is very hard, and you don't need long runs or brackets or something like that to make a song hard. Just do this.
Holy wow, folks, we did it. We got more GDQ for this particular showcase. Now, can we get more GDQ by unlocking a bonus game? And by the way, in case you may be interested what other incentives you can place things towards, it does include the Monster Hunter Wild Ad Gore Magala objective and like 1 billion bid wars. We got different suit choices in Spider-Man, language choice in Blasphemous. There's character choices in Tall Twins Tower. We've got nicknames in Final Fantasy IX. It's all happening. So take your pick. The menu is open. And let's get that 1.25 million. We can do it, chat!
Who's having a good time?
Here we got another song freshly added in Phoenix. It's Decadence and composed by You. And whenever you see a You song made specifically for a game, you know you got it right. This song is very energetic and very catchy. It's very popular among the players. Not only because the song itself is good, but because the chart follows it really well and fits great. This chart is mostly centered on brackets, so instead of longer runs, you will see bracket work. And also in the background, we see a return of David, who we've seen earlier in Dark Side of the Mind. Our great sponsor, the Yeti, also managed to sneak into this background. You can see he's dressed in pink this time.
I'm a big fan of those bracket jacks in that part.
Yeah, those
really neat chart.
Those are hard. Yeah, this is rated higher than Pumptress we've seen before, but some players may disagree because this is not very stamina heavy and more about reading and bracketing, while Pumptress was really heavy and really intense. Getting some harder bracketing here.
Everybody hands up!
rest now.
Amazing, amazing! We had a $50 donation from Salty Thunder 104 saying, mesmerized by this Pump It Up run. Don't forget to breathe and blink. Let's go, ZELLOOO!
Let's go.
While we're getting the next credit ready, I also want to share a $25 donation from K-Pop Girl saying, it's great seeing my friends on the SGDQ stage. Also, shout out to Credits Remaining. The Pump community has been a special part of my life for 20 years, and meeting y'all at USPF 2014 was awesome. USPF 2016 was amazing, and I'm hoping we'll have another one in the future. Miss y'all. Love from Shy. While we're getting that set up, we got a $10 donation from Meepston saying, I've been off and on trying to beat Kimchi Fingers D17 for a year now, and ZELLOOO just full comboed it while blindfolded. I kneel. Good luck to ZELLOOO and on the rest of the run, and shout out to Haru and Jammitch for holding it down on the mic. All of y'all are doing amazing. Keep it up!
Thank you. So we've seen a shorter song before, but this one is longer than the typical arcade cut. Pump It Up has several lengths for the songs. There is typical arcade songs. There are also shortcuts which are shorter. There are full versions of the songs that can be anywhere from 2.5 minutes to 6 minutes. And there are also remixes that typically are mashups of multiple songs, and sometimes they add elements to those songs. Remixes last somewhere between 2.5 and 4 minutes, and due to the fact that they are longer than arcade songs, they require more stamina and endurance to do well, even on the same difficulty. Funny enough, with some additions of BMS songs in Double X and Phoenix, there are arcade songs that are longer than full songs and some full songs and remixes.
So if you're unaware of BMS, it's a community-driven rhythm game out of Japan, and it's very famous for the BMS of Fighters series that has produced a ton of artists that eventually work their way into real contracts with rhythm game companies. So it's kind of the minor league for your rhythm game musicians. And we've already heard songs from Etia and Cosmograph today who have been participants in the BMS of Fighters series and parlayed that into getting into official games.
So this is the only remix added in Phoenix so far, District V. It's a remix of two songs, District 1 by Max and Vector by Zach. The songs go together really well, and the mixing job is awesome. While the song is not super fast, it doesn't really have any breaks in it, and it just keeps going and going, first with smaller bursts, some turns, some brackets here and there, and then it just starts ramping up. Like here, there is more tech. And these brackets in particular are very tricky because you can't really break it. You have to either slide your foot or move it really fast. And here comes the hardest part of this song. Yeah, this break-it run is not only hard to read, it's also hard to execute, because you have to read the position, and the dominating foot changes twice on those holds.
Woo, wow, well done. You continue to get a lot of love from the community here at Summer Games Done Quick, including this $496.20 donation from Hedonic, saying from one arcade music game to another, thank you for showing the bounds of just how amazing Pump It Up is and how inhumanly fast those arrows fly. Congratulations on a great job. Let's see that D27 boss song. And Hedonic, that indeed got met thanks to your support, as well as support from a $1,000 donation. This one comes in from Towson Force with no comment, but donated through the Twitch extension. So for those of you viewing this phenomenal showcase live on Twitch, you don't have to leave or go to another website. Feel free to go ahead and use that Twitch extension and donate to support Doctors Without Borders. And if you've got that desktop app or extension authorized, apply it to an incentive. ZELLLOO, we've got a ton of love for you here, so let me know if you need a break. I'll keep on going.
There you go.
You're ready to go?
No, you go.
I'll go. You got it. We got $250 from Corn Chip Warrior saying, you're telling me that I can help GDQ reach incentives for Pump It Up Phoenix and Bloodborne while also donating to charity? Count me in. Special shout out to the audio crew behind the scenes for helping all of the hosts and everyone sound great. Thanks for all you do. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Tech Audio. Stream, everybody, for making this an amazing, amazing event. We also have a $50 donation from Shiloh's 10 that says, any rhythm game is improved with Hatsune Miku. Also, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up. That's right, folks. We are $8,000 of the way until meeting that milestone incentive for any percent glitchless of Bloodborne by Blanks. Let's make it happen. ZELLLOO, are you ready? Let's rock it. Let's go!
Yeah, we're getting back into the hardest end of the difficulty range here. There's a really interesting pattern at the end of this. We'll see in just a minute. As I mentioned, there were some content creation contests held by Endamiro, and this song is the winner of the latest one. It mixes Murdoch from the third contest and Caprice of DJ Otada, which in turn is arrangement of two classic tunes. Caprice number 24 by Paganini, and third movement of Haydn Trumpet Concerto in E.
So rhythm games do also have a long history of using classical music to help fill out the song list at a relatively low price. But this is a classical remix, but it's not in the remix folder. Why is that?
Well, it's not long enough to be a remix, and it's considered more of a sequel to Murdoch. And as it's a sequel, the step chart maker decided to reference some of the original charts, in particular this slowdown, references older charts for Caprice of Otada. But sadly, new players don't really get the reference, but we old school players do and very much appreciate it. And this is the pattern I was talking about. This is a drill, but ZELLLOO also has to hold the hold and turn away from the screen, otherwise he will not be able to reach. If you're just trying to stage pass this, you can try to alternate your feet on the center, but if you want to score, you have to do this.
Good job, ZELLLOO! We have so many people that packed into this $27 donation train earlier, including $27 from a bad account saying, let's see the 27, and shout out to one of my songs from Sound Voltic Sakazuki. We also had 2 tickets for the $27 train, please. A comment shared by Tulip Rose, who donated $54 to Doctor Without Borders. And we also have an $81 donation from an anonymous donor that says a few tickets to the hype that is this train for more GDQ. Let's hear that hype! Hype! And clocking in with 10 tickets for this donation train was $270 from Tusa, saying, wish I could be there in person. Thanks for all that you do to inspire the Pump It Up community. Looking forward to the rest of your sets. Pump is a sense. Thank you so much, Tusa, for that generous $270 donation supporting Doctors Without Borders. That's right, we are just under $6,000 away from meeting that any percent for Bloodborne.
And before the song starts, I have to say flash and warning. So if you're photosensitive, please look away for a couple minutes. There will be some very bright flashes in the background video.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Haru.
So this is Dignity by Crash. It's placed in K-pop folder, but let's be realistic, this is not K-pop. It was added in Exceed and it quickly became a staple and one of the most known boss songs of older games. All the players aspire to get a good score first on Crazy or Single 21 and then on Nightmare, which is double 24 now. But ZELLLOO is playing not Nightmare. ZELLLOO is playing a new chart, which was added in Double X when the song was revived after briefly being removed due to some license issues.
Can we hear it for Haru, who's dropping all of this info here? We have a $100 donation for you, Haru, supporting Doctors Without Borders, with a comment dedicated to you, Haru, from Emnio, saying, I love how much info Haru-kaze is dropping on the songs. This is the hardest working couch I've seen at GDQ. Haru, jammitch, you're doing absolutely amazing, and ZELLLOO, phenomenal as always.
Everyone count down with me with the timer.
3, 2, 1, pump! Yeah, so as I mentioned, this is a newer chart for the song, but when they add newer charts to older songs, they often like to stylize them over older charts, but also emphasize on the newer techniques and build up, make it harder. You saw that very huge hold at the very beginning, and that's pretty much all the life bar ZELLLOO will get. Everything else, he just has to play and press. There will be no free life bar from here on. So here we have some bursts, but they are really wide, just like the Nightmare for Dignity. Most players just choose to manipulate these patterns and not actually perform them because it requires a lot of energy, trust me, a lot of energy.
So ZELLLOO spent the last hour giving us everything he's got, and for this end run here, he's going to need you to give him everything you've got. So everyone, get loud, get loud.
Let's hear it, audience.
Let's
Louder.
go. You can do it, let's go. And this is not the end. You will think this was the hardest part, but the ending is also hard.
Just keep it going.
ZELLLOO has to keep moving.
ZELLLOO, absolutely phenomenal. Those arrows flying through the screen and impressing all of us here inside the studio at Summer Games Done Quick here in Minneapolis and live online on Twitch all around the world. Those included in those who are absolutely breathtaking by this was $250 donation from Nick saying, I don't know what else to say except that I'm pumped. We also had a $200 donation from one of our viewers that said, good luck, ZELLLOO!
Okay, this was time.
Oh, was that time? Yes!
Sorry, we got way too impressed by the song.
Oh my God. All right, well, so that was time, Haru. What does that mean? What are we getting ready for?
We're getting ready for the boss song that we that you all donated to see.
That's right, everyone. You donated to see it. Let's give ZELLOOO all of our energy getting ready for this D27 song that's coming up. This is the boss song incentive that you all had donated for, and we are less than $5,000 away from our milestone incentive, so let's keep that coming.
And I bet we can get that before we get this started. Come on, come on.
Yeah, indeed. Helping to contribute to get us there was a $100 donation from a little guy that says, all I want for my birthday this year is a Bloodborne speedrun, and I'm just a little guy. Well, a little guy, I think that this audience and this chat will help get you that birthday present. What do you think, everyone? ZELLOOO. How are you? Let's pump it up. Audience, are you ready? All right, so we got the timer ready. Make sure that you count us down when we're set. And audience, let's give them the hypest countdown that we can, all right? All right?
I'm already burning up here. Now I'm gonna get cooked.
All right, chat. Let's give them the hypest countdown we can.
Let's wait until the timer runs down. Will be better countdown.
Yes, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thank you everyone who donated for this incentive to happen. It goes to a great cause.
Absolutely.
So this is the newest boss song in Pump It Up Phoenix, freshly released. It's the last song in the trilogy of Slam songs according to the background video. There is a funny story behind it.
Oh?
Several years ago, there was an April Fool's video which somewhat teased a song called 1948, and players got so excited about it that Endomiro had to make a song 1948.
And release it right after April Fool's. Go figure.
Ah.
Yeah, they announced this year's April Fool's this song, and we didn't know if it was another joke or if it was real, but it ended up to be real.
Joke's on me, I have to play it.
Yes, you do, right here on the GDQ stage. And someone else who's really excited was an anonymous donor who donated $150 to help us get towards this milestone incentive that says this run really gets the blood pumping. Speaking of blood, Bloodborne turned 10 this year, and what better way is there to celebrate than hitting that milestone? I absolutely agree. Whoever you are out there, thank you so much for supporting Doctors Without Borders.
Let's do the countdown.
You had a good time? Yeah! One last time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pump! So ZELLOOO is playing double 27, but you may have noticed there is another difficulty. Question mark, question mark. And we suspect this is the one and only double 29 in this game, but it's not confirmed yet. It's also a reference to question marks in older games which shown this is a boss song. And this is really a boss song. There are only 8 levels 27 in this game, and this one, Bar5, is the hardest. There are only 2 or 3 confirmed people in the world who stage passed this. And compared to this, hardest 28 was passed by 4 people. In the Slam series, the PPM range increases by 20. So first song was 200, then 220, and this one is 240. Which means when ZELLOOO has to do 16 notes run, it's 16 steps per second.
Speaking of 240, we're only $240 away!
Woohoo! Yeah, not only this is fast, but this also does not really give any breaks. So ZELLOOO just doesn't have any break, he has to go, and go. Crowd, let's cheer for ZELLOOO again. Let's go! One more run coming. Let's go, you got this.
Let's go, Twitch chat. Let's go, audience. We are so close, so close. We did it!
And the last part. Keep going.
Keep on going, ZELLOOO!
240 BPM thrill. This is not a joke.
ZELLOOO, you showed that song. Who's boss?
And this marks the time.
ZELLOOO, ZELLOOO. ZELLOOO, congratulations. How do you feel?
I think I will have to drag ZELLOOO from here.
Oh my goodness. ZELLOOO, you helped make this happen. Showing off your amazing skills and encouraging donations all throughout your showcase to help us get to $1.25 million.
Congrats.
Helping us get there right at the end was a $1,000 donation from Vay. No comment, but thank you so much for your generous donation. ZELLOOO, I see your head phoned up. How you feeling?
Well, first off, I want to say a few things. First off, ow. B, shout outs to my wonderful couch and commentators here, Haru-kaze and jammitch, great friends of the community. You know, this is a very important game to me for Pump because, like I said, my brother introduced me to music games. Long story short, if it wasn't for a Pump contest, Haru and I would not be married for almost a decade now, and she is the most wonderful wife, so give her a lot of love. And I wouldn't have a whole lot, all of y'all are amazing. Everybody at home. So I got a couple quick things while we finish up here. There is actually a Steam Pump It Up that's actually releasing to early access this coming week called Pump It Up Rise. And it's more oriented toward hand play, but if you are interested at all in this series, you should check out the early access. It'll be great. And Pump It Up Phoenix being the latest version of the game, we'll probably see a new version of the game around beginning of next year, maybe the end of this. Go to your arcades, play music games. They're fun. They're awesome. You'll find something for you. Anything else you all want to say before I wrap up? You good? Okay. Well, I'm going to close off with two very important sayings real quick. You can catch me on my Twitch, blah, 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 blah. First off, trans rights are human rights. Most important thing here. And second, is Anarchy in the room right now? Well, you know what? Shout out to Anarchy for playing Wolfenstein 2 earlier this week. Because, you know, I don't know if you can see on camera, but these panels say stomp on them. So stomp out fascism. Do it. Remember that? That's all I've got. Y'all enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to go dunk myself in a shower now.